My name is F1, but mostly I am a professional banker of over 16 years experience. I've handled clients in various industry, vertical, and sectors in Nigeria, including manufacturing, logistics, automobile, and the rest. And when I started off my career, I would say that I had more of trade knowledge around trade import because of the type of clients that I handled. But I want to say that the defining moment in my career was when I underwent 3T Impex Trade Academy training. The first one was in my spending last year space. So fast forward in 2020 when the COVID came, again, that thought came to me. And this time I said, no, I'll take the bull by the horn. I'm not going to wait for my company to train me. So I heard about, I reached out to 3T Impex, and they're always throwing things at your face, supporting you, not necessarily for you to come and spend your money, but just educate us. So I ran through the different courses that they had, and I just knew that I had to, go for this one. This is the Executive Diploma in Export Business Management. And I can tell you, as at 2020, when we were at the lockdown, I underwent this 3 months training. I can tell you, this has been a game changer for me in my career. I didn't know that non-oil export would become a focus the way it was, but all I wanted to do was to provide, to be able to provide advice to my clients understand exports. I know the trade is the processing side from the bank's perspective, but I didn't really understand the export environment and how it affects clients. What does an exporter? What are the pain points? So this course helps me, to have good understanding of the export environment in Nigeria, what to be looking for, what are the risks. It's an all-encompassing program. And at that point, when I finished this program, it opened a huge opportunity for me in my workplace. And I can tell you that I was able to make a high impact and providing solutions for exports, and which allowed my company to grow in leaps and bounds in terms of non-oil exports in Nigeria. We are still learning, and I believe that there are more courses for me to take from 3T Impex, and I can recommend this program to anyone and everyone. Even if you are not a banker, you're just a regular trade person, there are other opportunities coming up for trade within Africa, outside Africa, especially with the geopolitical tension. I think we have to equip ourselves with the right knowledge, right skills, so that we'll be able to, take advantage of the opportunities that not just for Nigeria, but for Africa. Thank you very much. 3T Impex, you're the best. Thank you.
Are you a professional or a businessman? Do you desire to earn in dollars, euros, or pounds? Have you thought of taking your business to the world? Does it look like a daunting task? Do you desire to know what you need to do to get ready to go global? Do you know that there is a science behind making your product or service to go global in a successful and sustainable manner? To learn more about it, get a copy of the book titled Built to Go Global. A scientifically proven, tested, and trusted template for building a successful and sustainable export business. To pre-order at 50% discount, call 080-912-44449. Are you an account officer, relationship manager, or marketer in a bank? Are you struggling to meet your income and deposit targets? Are you on the verge of losing your job for non-performance? You desire a change for the better in your career? Then register for the Certified Global Trade Management Professional from the American Institute of Extended Studies to acquire skills needed to solve import-export trade customers' problems and consequently attract the deposit and income of the transaction to your bank. Registration is currently ongoing. Call this number to register today. Are you a professional or a businessman? Do you desire to earn dollars, euros, or pounds? Have you thought of taking your business to the world? Does it look like a daunting task? You deserve to know what you need to do to get ready to go global. Do you know that there is a science behind making your product or service to go global in a successful and sustainable way? To learn more about it, get a copy of the book titled Built to Go Global. A scientifically proven, tested, and trusted template for building a successful and sustainable export business. To order, call 080-912-44449.
So, to the bank or to us in banking, we have seen a way where we can not only retain and sustain our existing exporters, but we are going to attract, not even attract more from the prospective exporters. We have an opportunity for us to even create exporters within our own community, just like what I was telling you, what is happening in my own community. You need to see the kind of passion and interest shown from my community in terms of export. Everybody now wants to diversify. And then, as I said, part of our own advisory is that, you see, we are running, as I said from the beginning, most of our businesses are highly saturated locally, but are in high demand internationally. But what we need to do, or the lack of this basic knowledge in export, limit our potentials to go or to grow beyond our limit or to our full capacity as exporters. So with this, I was registered my application. It's the time well spent, that 3 months. I hope I was even thinking that it would extend for another 2 months so that we can learn more. Everything about the program is so fantastic, is so appreciated and impacting, not only to me as a city, even to my community. My community has felt the impact of this show. My bank also is impact is gaining higher from this trading because I know the number of customers that are highly impressed, that always look forward to. Even this morning, I received nothing less than 3 calls from exporters on so many issues or challenges that they have that we're able to address them.
All right, good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining again today. Today, we are off to Jigawa State. If you are yet to get the book Built to Go Global, this is a book that basically explains the reason why export businesses fail and how individuals can be export ready and build a business that is built to go global. If you want to get the previous episode of this program, we've done Abia, Adamawa, Akwa Ibom, Anambra, Bauchi. We've been to Bayelsa, Benue, Borno, Cross River Delta, Ebonyi State, Edo State, Ekiti State, Enugu State, Gombe State, Imo State, Jigawa State, and Jigawa State. Next, we'll be doing Kaduna State. So we'll do Jigawa State today. And if you are looking at getting the previous episode, feel free to join the YouTube channel, Voice of African Trade, subscribe, like, share, and drop your comment. Don't forget to click the notification bell so you know when we upload new video. You can also join the African Export Business Platform. If you search for that name on YouTube, you'll find us, African Export Business Platform. From there, you can get the link to our program. From there, you can get the link to our program every Thursday by 5 p.m. We'll go on a short break now. When we come back, we'll begin to explore this state called Jigawa State.
Are you a professional or a businessman? Do you desire to earn in dollars, euros, or pounds? Have you thought of taking your business to the world? Does it look like a daunting task? Do you desire to know what you need to do to get ready to go global? Do you know that there is a science behind making your product or service to go global in a successful and sustainable manner? To learn more about it, get a copy of the book titled Built to Go Global, a scientifically proven, tested, and trusted template for building a successful and sustainable export business. To pre-order at 33% discount, call 080-912-44449.
All right. So we'll start the preamble today. Jigawa State was carved out of Kano State. I serve in Jigawa State. And I've been to a number of local governments in this state, from Duse to Kiyawa. I actually served in Binin Kudu. This was local government where I served. Then you have Buji, you have Gwaram, Kiyawa, Jahun, Miga. The NYSC orientation camp was in Gumel. Jigawa State is a very interesting state with a huge potential. This state can avoid dependence on federal allocation through export. And I'll be focusing on a particular product in Jigawa, and the product is sesame seed. That will be the analysis I'll be looking at on how the government can profit for it itself. This is one of the states that is said to be less developed or non-viable. I don't believe any state in Nigeria is non-viable, sincerely, because, and a state like Jigawa, I mean, if you are traveling from, let me show you that map again. You know, I travel from one end of the state, from somewhere like this, Binin Kudu, and you are going to Kazauri, and you have to pass inside Kano. Or you are going from here, you are going to Hadeja. I mean, when you see the vast mass of land, and you see the plain land, you see the opportunity for cultivation in this state, then you understand this fact that export can boost the GDP of the state. It's opportunity also available to create opportunity for SME to grow. In the state, export can help the state to depend less on domestic market. Export can help the state to earn export proceeds and grow revenue for the state. Export can help the state to make farming and rural life become more lucrative. Export can help Jigawa State to gain global market share and recognition. It can make the state to be home of creativity and innovation. Home of creativity and innovation. Because of the processing of product for export, it becomes a catalyst for industrialization. It's a job creating opportunity for the state. It helps the state to know the value of what it has as competitive advantage. It can make Jigawa a state with low income to lead the way for other states to follow. It can make the state to be independent of the federal government. Because like I show every week for different states, I'm going to show again this week how Jigawa State will generate money directly from export, which is why I said this is the kind of question we should be asking our intending governors, or those that will be contesting, either for first or second term, that look, don't tell us you don't have money, enough money to do what you promise, because you can generate this income yourself, and not by taxing the people that are not even well paid, but by tapping into the potential that the state already possesses. It can make the state to be independent of the federal government, and there are numerous incentives for exporters in the state to enjoy. Export creates opportunity to maximize the indigenous of the state abroad. It can help in poverty eradication in the state, quit the league of the state depending on wasting assets like oil. It can help in reviving the economy of the state, slow down rural urban migration, create tax-free opportunity for exporters in the state, and help the state to utilize its idle capacity. The state also can boost its viability through export. Export can create wealth for the citizens of this state. It can help the state extract the potential product for export found in the state, yearn for implemental competition and zero in on its area of strength. So what do you see in Jigawa today? What do you see in Jigawa today? What do you see in Jigawa today? Do you see unemployment? Of course, there are unemployment. Of course, there are unemployment. What do you see in Jigawa today? Do you see poverty? Of course, there are poverty. So I'm not disputing the fact that there are poverty. I'm not disputing the fact that there are poverty. But I think we should begin to see the opportunities in population, opportunities. There are frustration, of course, but we see opportunities in farming, opportunities in mining, and opportunities in the population of this state. We'll go on a short break. When we come back, then we'll look at the peculiarity of my second state, Jigawa State.
Are you an account officer, relationship manager, or marketer in a bank? Are you struggling to meet your income and deposit targets? Are you on the verge of losing your job without performance? You desire a change with better in your career? Then register for the Certified Global Trade Management Professionals from the American Institute of Extended Studies to acquire skills needed to solve import-export trade customers' problems and consequently attract the deposit and income of the transaction to your bank. Registration is currently ongoing. Call this number to register today.
So what are the peculiarities of Jigawa State? Jigawa State was created in 1991 out of Kano by Babangida regime, and the capital is in Dutse. I heard the capital was supposed to be in Adeja, but somehow Dutse got it. You know, when I was serving, I remember Dutse was a very small town with only one road passing through the entire local government headquarters. State headquarters. But I heard there has been a lot of improvements in the state since then. Situated in central northern Nigeria, cover 23,154 square kilometers. The Jigawa State share boundary with Kano, Katsina, Bauchi, Yobe, and Niger Republic. I remember copper going to Megateri Market. Megateri Market is a border market. Megateri is a border town with Niger Republic, with a market where Nigerians and Niger Republic people come together to do business, to trade. The Jigawa is generally characterized by undulating land with sand dunes of various sizes spanning several kilometers. Southern part of Jigawa comprises of basement complex, while the northeast is made up of sedimentary rock. The main river is Ain, Hadeja, Kefin Hausa, and Igi River, with a number of tributaries feeding extensive marshland of northeastern states. Most part of the state lies within Sudan savanna, with element of Guinea savanna in the southern part. Total forest cover in the state is very much below national average due to both natural and human factor. Forest cover is being depleted. The state enjoys vast fertile arable land, to which almost all tropical crops could adapt. Thus, constituting one of the highly prized natural resources of the state. The Sudan Savannah Vegetation Zone is also made up of vast grazing land available for livestock. Hausa Fulani found in all parts of the state. It's found in other part of the state. Kanuri are likely found in Adeja Emirate. The state actually has 5 emirates, with some traces of Badawa mainly in northeastern part. It has 27 local governments, and I tried to visit as many of them. I served in Bininkudu. I was in Duse. Of course, I go to Duse regularly. Babura, Gagarawa, Gumel, Gwaram, Hadeja, Jaun, Kefi Hausa, Sude Tankraka, Ringim and Roni, and of course, Kazauri. Kazauri is far away. I mean, you have to go through Kano to get to Kazauri. Population of the state is about 6 million. Imagine that, 6 million. Major crop, hibiscus, soybeans, cowpea, tomato, maize, groundnut, millet, rice, sesame, sorghum. How can someone state a state like this is not viable? It's the government that is not viable. It's the leadership that is not viable. The state is viable. The leadership have just made it to be depending on federal allocation. Solid minerals, granite, tin, kaolin, columbite, iron ore, and soda ash. Opportunities are in healthcare, tourism, energy, mining, and agri. The IGR of Jigawa is 13 billion as of 2019. 13 billion naira, but the budget in 2020 was 152 billion naira. Can you see? Can you see? This state is round number 2 in terms of states that are not viable. It has all-season farming, large producer of sesame seed, Megatel livestock, 3rd best SME state in Nigeria, with opportunity in sesame, hibiscus, cowpea, iron, tourism. Unfortunately, unemployment in this state is 38.69%. 38.69%. 85,000 people do nothing in this state. 85,000 people do nothing in this state. Even though the state has what it takes. I'll go on a short break. When we come back, we'll begin to look at the profile, the debt profile, income, and other detail of this state.
Are you a professional or a businessman? Do you desire to earn in dollars, euros, or pounds? Have you thought of taking your business to the world? Does it look like a daunting task? You desire to know what you need to do to get ready to go global? Do you know that there is a science behind making your product or service to go global in a successful and sustainable manner? To learn more about it, get a copy of the book titled Pivot to Go Global. A scientifically proven, tested, and trusted template for building a successful and sustainable export business. To pre-order a 50% discount, call 080-912-44449.
Profile. Can we look at Jigawa State? Highest income till date, 12.9 billion naira. Federal allocation highest till date, 61.84 billion. What is the total income of this state? 58, as of 2020, 58, or let's say 59 plus 9. That's about 68. 68. This state is owing 42.72 billion when you combine the domestic debt plus foreign debt. When you combine domestic debt plus foreign debt. Good evening, my chairman. Honorable Rabiu. How is Kano today? Good evening. And thanks for joining. All right, so look at the state of recurrent revenue of this state. IGR is 8.67. Federal allocation, 58.8. I want you to look at this. Can you see this state having 12.83%? So out of the total revenue of this state, the state can only muster 12.83. All other ones is depending from the FAC account. Operating expense is 60%. And capital expenditure 42%. This is one of the reasons why this state is said to be non-viable. Let's look at what budget have to say about this interesting state, Jigawa State. According to budget report, Nigerian state, despite the COVID pandemic that significantly affected federal revenue, Jigawa earned a statutory revenue of 58.9 in 2020. In the same way, the state generated 39.9% more than its 2.464 billion projected tax revenue. However, revenue from tax constituted only 3.67% of total recurring revenue of the 100.37 billion that accrued to the state in 2020. Breakdown of Jigawa revenue showed that 99.39% of 3.68 billion generated was corporate taxes, and SEC only raised 40.48 million through direct assessment. After acquiring loan of 4.55 billion to finance its budget deficit, Jigawa seems to be one of the few states to have experienced a negative year-on-year growth in its total debt stock. However, the state spent 2.26 billion in servicing debt, ranked as the least indebted state in Nigeria. Having spent 2 billion recurring expenditure, the 41.92 billion capital expenditure, Jigawa is ascertained to have implemented 88.6% of its recurrent budget and 74.79% of its capital expenditure. The budget allocation for capital spending in the state agri sector is 6.12 billion. The state, recognizing the importance of agri, is giving a lot of attention to agri. It's giving a lot of attention to agri. Why 98.42 of $1.1 billion AMI for capital expenditure or capital spending in the state agricultural development extension JADA program spend the Fadama 3 development project. I think I even got to know about Fadama when I served in Jigawa State. They seem to be very much big into those projects. They just seem to have prioritized road infrastructure. Also, electrification was top priority for the state. Jigawa did creditably well in implementation of its education and health sector budget. As Ministry of Education, Science and Technology and Ministry of Health respectively assessed 98.63 and 96.92% of the fund earmarked for capital budget. Hospital and primary center across the state ranked high on the agenda of Jigawa State. In 2020, as it disbursed 99.19 of the 1.62 billion allocated to improving general hospitals and primary health centers in the state. We'll go on a short break. When we come back, we look at the potential. What are the potential opportunities available in this state, Jigawa State?
Are you an account officer, relationship manager, or marketer in a bank? Are you struggling to meet your income and deposit targets? Are you on the verge of losing your job without performance? You desire a change for the better in your career. then register for the Certified Global Trade Management Professional from the American Institute of Extended Studies to acquire skills needed to solve import-export trade customers' problems and consequently attract the deposit and income of the transaction to your bank. Registration is currently ongoing. Call this number to register today.
Okay. What are the potential opportunity available for the business and people, or available to the government and people of Jigawa State? The economy of Jigawa State is likely characterized by informal sector, activity with agriculture as a major economic activity. Over 80% of the population is engaged in subsistence farming and animal husbandry. Trade and commerce are undertaken on small and medium scale, especially in agri goods, livestock, and other consumer goods. Other informal sector activity include blacksmithing, leather works, tailoring services, auto repair, metal work, carpentry, tanning, dyeing, food processing, masonry. Even though modern agricultural industrial sector is here to gain a solid footing, the seed for their development was planted through establishment of small-scale industry, particularly in the area of food processing and other agro-allied activities. There are industrial enterprises in the state, and these industries operate mostly with raw material produced locally. These are in the form of agri and livestock. With an international border to the north, that's Niger, the opportunity for cross-border trading activity was taken advantage of by government by initiating and establishing free trade zone at that border I talked about before. It's called Megateri market. Agriculture is the mainstay of Jigawa State economy and contributing 60% of GDP and provide livelihood for 90% of its population. 90% of the population depend on agri. You know, I remember serving in Jigawa, traveling from Birnin Kudu to Gwaram. On Tuesday, there's a particular market. I've forgotten the name of the market. You know, as I go to that market, you will see people coming from far and near. They will sit on a cart. You have 2 cows. You put a yoke on them and then connect a wood to the back and design a cart that they can sit on with 2 tires. And they will bring in 5, 6, 7 bags of commodities to the market every Tuesday, coming from afar. So I noticed seeing these people going to the market in the morning. When you're coming and you see a lot of trucks, empty trucks. When you're coming in the afternoon, all these trucks are filled up on their way to Kano, another part of the country. Now, I was jokingly saying that if I knew what I know today when I was serving, maybe I would not have left Jigawa State. Because the opportunity in the state is just so huge. And to think that this state is said to be one of the states that are not viable because of low level of income is just unbelievable. Recent intervention of the government are helping the state to move from subsistence farming to commercial farming. Investors are therefore welcome to tap into the agri investment revolution sweeping through the state. A lot of people in the south and even people in the north are investing in agri in Jigawa State, planting rice and planting sesame seed. Jigawa State, one of the largest crop producing states in Nigeria. Currently the largest producer of date and hibiscus flower. I tasted date palm for the first time in Jigawa State. I noticed people will be hawking it. And I was saying, what is this? He said, it's Dibino. Dibino. Date palm. So I bought it and I tasted it. And since I tasted it, I started buying it regularly. Largest producer of date palm and hibiscus in Nigeria. The state is the second largest producer of gum arabic and sesame seed. Top 3 producing states. Number 3 in producing rice. And you tell me Jigawa State is not viable? No, it is the government and leadership that are not viable. Invest Jigawa welcome investment in the entire value chain of crop available in Jigawa State landscape. There's a huge potential in terms of food processing. Already food processing companies such as Sonia Food Industry, Erisco Food, are in the process of establishing tomato paste factories in the state. The factory are in different stage of completion. Despite the fact that Jigawa State is highly competitive in rice, sesame granules, wheat, soya, sugarcane, and tomato production, the agricultural sector vast potential are currently, can you see that? Underutilized. That's why I said the state is viable. It is the leadership of the state that is not viable. Someone said, I think John Mansfield has said, everything rise and fall on leadership. There are some states in Nigeria, particularly in the northern part of Nigeria, that have all it takes to be very independent of federal government. Very independent of federal government. In terms of revenue. But you know what? The state is underutilizing it like Jigawa State. For example, only a fraction of the available irrigable land are cultivated. And of the state for that land of approximately 400,000 hectares, there's a land acquired for farm project for Dama. 25% have been developed. What happened to the remaining 75%? There are therefore tremendous opportunity for private sector investment in agri and agro processing. The Jigawa State is a major livestock producing region. It has the weather that is conducive for the rearing of animal, bird, fish, thereby creating opportunity for establishment of slaughterhouse, cold storage facility, transport facility. Investors are also encouraged to venture into dairy production, tannery, and animal feed mill. The state has an appreciable livestock population, currently estimated 3.06 million cattle. 0.06 million cattle in Jigawa State. 5.6 million sheep. 6.6 million goats in Jigawa State. The estimated population of poultry is 15.9 million. Jigawa State also has the largest livestock market in West Africa. Located at that market I told you, Megateri market in the Megateri local government of the state. Now, having looked at the potential, who are the buyers? And what is the size of the market? Because now it's time to talk about the opportunities and how the state can take advantage of it, both the businesses in the state and of course the government of the state itself making money directly into the state coffer from export business. So look at rice, for example. The market size of rice in Africa is 6.06 billion and 24.7 billion in the world. Jigawa State produce rice. It can export it to African countries or European or American, but at least African country for a start. Look at another one. Sesame seed. The market size is about 3.45 billion with a market size of demand in Africa of 167 million. I will be showing a model for how the state can generate income and how much the state can make from sesame seed. China, Japan, Turkey, India, Israel, South Korea, Germany, Greece, Egypt, United States, and Mexico are all potential market for sesame that Jigawa State can export to. Then, granite. The market size is 3.19 billion. In Africa, it's about 171. These are another very interesting market that the state can consider. From China to Indonesia, to Russia, to Canada, to Mexico. Huge demand for peanut. Then wheat, 44 billion. This state produce wheat. Indonesia, Turkey, Japan, Algeria, Brazil, Italy, Mexico. Even if the state will just target 1% of the market, 2% of the market, 3% of the market, you can imagine what the state is capable of making. The last one is, the demand for wheat in Africa is 12.5. And the last one is soya beans. Soya beans. Soya beans. $55 billion demand. And the state is producing, even in Africa, 1.73 billion. So this basically just tells you Jigawa State is viable. It is the government of Jigawa State that are not viable. The leadership are not taking advantage of the opportunity. I don't know if it's that they are not aware. If they say they are not aware, that is the essence of this conversation. Now, we've done it for different states in Nigeria. If the state says it's looking for money, please show them the video of where the money is and how to make the money in the state. We'll go on a short break. When we come back, we'll begin to discuss the proposal to the state and the profitability of export for the state.
My name is Victor and I just finished the Certified Global Trade Professionals training. Very rewarding. I work in one of the commercial banks in Nigeria. Frankly, I had struggled with trade transactions, but there was no running away from it. The focus right now in our bank is exports. 2 weeks ago, just 2 weeks to the end of the program, I got a call from an exporter in Ogbomoso that wants to do cassava chips, export cassava chips to Europe. If I hadn't taken this program, it would have been very difficult for me to onboard that customer and have a decent conversation with him about the transaction. The course prepared me in dealing with that customer's request, which is still ongoing. It's just the first step for me. I intend to take additional courses in trade, also with the African Continental Free Trade Area. It's an area where I've decided that I would like to specialize in. So yes, this is the foundation for me. It's been very helpful. Thank you.
All right. My proposal to Jigawa State is to look at the SME and see how to create common processing center for SME in the state. This can be for value chain of rice or value chain of soybeans or value chain of any of the product the state already have potential and to produce. Why? So as to help SMEs to be able to get finished product for export. With that, tomato production, for example, the idea is this: if SME is involved in production, harvesting and transport, primary processing and storage, secondary processing and storage, and the same SME or under SME is involved in marketing, sales, logistics, export, and distribution, who have inefficient value chain operator, low processing capacity and low output, few job creation, high cost of production. Because these are small businesses that cannot produce on a large scale. So they can leverage on the economy of scale. Then we'll have on our hand non-competitive products. And that's the situation right now. Now, imagine that the state wants to develop value chain for tomato, and the tomato, the SME2 go, SME1 is going to process, produce, and harvest, and transport to SME2, who buy from SME1 and give it to the large corporate organization. The large corporate organization job is to process and package in the name of SME2. So you have many SME1, many SME2, and you have different brand of tomato paste in this state, which can then be exported and of course sold locally. But there are different brands. This keep the farmer busy, increasing demand. This keep the factory busy with production and packaging, and I'm charged based on the unit produced for me, 100 naira per unit, for example. So if I do 1,000 units, that'll be 100,000 naira. 100,000 naira for 1,000 units. Just to process. I don't have to worry about power, no worry about certification, NAFDAC, because the factory is large enough to take on all that. This creates efficient value chain operator, high processing capacity and output, good quality and packaging, low cost of production, competitive advantage in terms of pricing in the local market, increased job creation. If there is increased job creation, there will be reduced inequality, but more importantly, of course, decrease insecurity. Decrease insecurity. To support the state businesses in the export market, in Europe, America, and Africa, and Asia, the state can partner with representative at export destination partner with representative at export destination, set up warehouses at export destination, set up entity in form of agent and distributor at destination, partner with independent agent and distributor at destination, organize and sponsor manufacturer for exhibition in the export market. Now, Okay, now look at how the state can generate income directly. The state has an arable mass of land of 88,130 hectare of land. If half is used for sesame seed, for example, the arable land, at a yield per hectare of 1.5 metric ton, possible yield is about 666,835 metric ton. At a unit FOB price of $1,075, you can generate $760 million. At CBN exchange rate, that's about 297 billion. Cultivating this land, paying the farmer their cost of cultivation and profit, processing, cleaning, and export will cost about 68.02 billion, which the state does not need to provide, but rather guarantee to buy off its citizens to go and produce and pay them after shipment. The budget of the state in 2020 was 156 billion. Sorry, in 2022 rather, it's 169 billion. But from sesame seed alone, and the gestation of this product is about 3 months. From sesame seed alone, it can generate more than the budget of Jigawa State. This is why I said Jigawa State cannot be a state that is not viable. It is the management, leadership, and government that really are not viable, in the sense that they are not thinking of how to solve the problem of the state, creating jobs and increasing opportunity for the state. Through this, the impact of suggested model is great. The state partner with a special purpose, set up a special purpose vehicle with a private sector organization, provide funds to support the venture. So sorry, I had an issue with my network. So sorry. Okay. Now, so the state form an alliance with private sector organization, provide funding to form SPV. SPV form farmer into cooperative across the state, issue purchase order to the farmers, backed by guarantee. The SPV provide training, input, and support to farmers, provide collection center for harvest, clean the sesame received, process, package for export, source for buyers, do documentation and shipment. The SPV prevent document to buyer's bank for payment. After shipment, payment is made. Upon receipt of payment, the government can pay the farmers in the state, pay their partner, and have more than enough to take care of all the required infrastructure development in this state. The impact of suggested model for state government goes beyond generation of revenue via export. It has humongous impact on employment generation, increased economic activity in the state. In my opinion, it is a more effective and efficient and enduring model for diversifying economy of the state. This model can also be replicated by federal government at the federal level for the exportation of solid minerals.
Are you a professional or a businessman? Do you desire to earn in dollars, euros, or pounds? Have you thought of taking your business to the world? Does it look like a daunting task? You desire to know what you need to do to get ready to go global? Do you know that there is a science behind making your product or service to go global in a successful and sustainable manner? To learn more about it, get a copy of the book titled Pivot to Go Global. It's scientifically proven, tested, and trusted template for building a successful and sustainable export business. To pre-order a 50% discount, call 080-912-44449.
Someone drop a comment. May I suggest that the state government must do a research to understand issues and challenges on solar products from their respective state? Nigerian is securing export market for this. They don't need to do that research, in my opinion. There are exporters, businesses already exporting this product from their state. They should just partner, boost the capacity, have a sharing formula in which the large chunk come to the state, while the state support the process. Because people are already doing it in the state. If the individual is able to do it successfully, definitely a state government partnering the private sector can do much, much more in each of their states. Next week, we'll be moving down south a little bit from Jigawa to Kaduna State. Kaduna State. And by upper week, we'll be starting the second half, and that will be Kano. I'm eager to take on Kano, and of course, Kaduna next week.
My name is Victor A, and I just finished the Certified Global Trade Professionals training. Very rewarding. I work in one of the commercial banks in Nigeria. Frankly, I had struggled with trade transactions, but there was no running away from it. The focus right now in our bank is exports. 2 weeks ago, just 2 weeks to the end of the program, I got a call from an exporter in Ogbomoso that wants to do cassava chips, export cassava chips to Europe. If I hadn't taken this program, it would have been very difficult for me to onboard that customer and have a decent conversation with him about the transaction. The course prepared me in dealing with that customer's request, which is still ongoing. It's just the first step for me. I intend to take additional courses in trade, also with the African Continental Free Trade Area. It's an area where I've decided that I would like to specialize in. So yes, this is the foundation for me, and it's been very helpful. Thank you.
If you are yet to get the book Built to Go Global, the book is designed to solve the problem that individuals have in going into export business. Basically answering the question, why does export business fail and how do you correct that ill? Why export business fail and how do you correct that ill? Can deliver to you anywhere in Nigeria. You can also get the recorded version of this on our YouTube channel, Voice of African Trade. Subscribe, like, share, and remember to drop your comment. You can get the link to this program every week on the African Export Business platform, on Telegram.
Are you a professional or a businessman? Do you desire to earn in dollars, euros, or pounds? Have you thought of taking your business to the world? Does it look like a daunting task? You deserve to know what you need to do to get ready to go global. Do you know that there is a science behind making your product or service to go global in a successful and sustainable manner? To learn more about it, get a copy of the book titled Built to Go Global. A scientifically proven, tested, and trusted template for building a successful and sustainable export business. To pre-order a 50% discount, call 080-912-44449.
So bank or to us in banking, we have seen a way where we can not only retain and sustain our existing exporters, but we are going to attract, not even attracting more from the prospective exporters. We have an opportunity for us to even create exporters within our own community, just like what I was telling you, what is happening in my own community. You need to see the kind of passion and interest shown from my community in terms of export. Everybody now wants to have respect. And then, as I said, part of our own advisory is that you see, we are running, as I said from the beginning, most of our businesses are highly saturated locally, but are in high demand internationally. But what we need to do, or the lack of this basic knowledge in export, limits our potentials to go or to grow beyond our limit or to our full capacity as exporters. So with this, Bamidele, I must register my appreciation. It's the time well spent, that 3 months. I was even thinking that it was going to extend for another 2 months so that we can learn more. Everything about the program is so fantastic. It's so appreciated and impact, not only to me as a city, even to my community. My community has felt the impact of this show. My bank also is, in fact, is gaining higher from this training because I know the number of customers that are highly impressed, that always look forward to. Even this morning, I received nothing less than 3 calls from exporters on so many issues or challenges that they have that we are able to address them.
Are you?
My name is F1 Mostly. I am a professional banker of over 16 years experience. I've handled clients in various industry, vertical, and sectors in Nigeria, including manufacturing, logistics, automobile, and the rest. And when I started off my career, I would say that I had more of trade knowledge around trade import because of the type of clients that I handled. But I want to say that the defining moment in my career was when I underwent 3T Impex Trade Academy training. The first one was in my standing large space. So fast forward in 2020 when the COVID came, again that thought came to me, and this time I said no, I will take the bull by the horn. I'm not going to wait for my company to train me. So I heard about, I reached out to 3T Impex, and they're always throwing things at your face, supporting you, not necessarily for you to come and spend your money, but just educate us. So I ran through the different courses that they had, and I just knew that I had to, go for this one. This is the executive diploma in export business management. And I can tell you, as at 2020, when we are at the lockdown, I underwent this 3 months training. I can tell you, this has been a game changer for me in my career. I didn't know that non-oil export would become a focus the way it was, but all I wanted to do was to provide, to be able to provide advice to my clients understand exports. I know the trade is the processing side from the bank's perspective, but I didn't really understand the export environment and how it affects clients. What does an exporter, what are the pain points? So this course helps me, to have good understanding of the export environment in Nigeria, what to be looking for, what are the risks. It's an all-encompassing program. And at that point, when I finished this program, it opened a huge opportunity for me in my workplace. And I can tell you that I was able to make a high impact and providing solutions for exports, and which allowed my company to grow in leaps and bounds in terms of non-oil exports in Nigeria. We are still learning, and I believe that there are more courses for me to take from 3T Impex, and I can recommend this program to anyone and everyone. Even if you are not a banker, you're just a regular trade person, there are other opportunities coming up for trade within Africa, outside Africa, especially with the geopolitical tension. I think we have to equip ourselves with the right knowledge, right skills, so that we'll be able to, take advantage of the opportunities that not just for Nigeria but for Africa. Thank you very much. Tracy Impex, you're the best. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, everyone. See you next week. Have a wonderful weekend and bye-bye.